Hey y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna try to make this a short video. Um, so there was obviously a serious incident the other day. Y'all can read in between the lines. Y'all know. Okay, pertaining to a well-known person who received that. Um, and people are letting their hatred and their Stockholm syndrome get the best of them. And they're getting online and they're saying nasty comments in reference to that person. And y'all can read it between the lines. Too bad it didn't blank this person and, don't miss next time and all kinds of hateful shit. Well, guess what's happening as a result of that? People are getting fired. That's what you get. That's what the fuck you get. Because you had no business saying that, and you had no business making a snarky, nasty little comment. Because if it happened to somebody you cared about, I don't care if that person made you angry, if that person hated your guts, I don't care what y'all's status is. If somebody did that to somebody, if you care about anybody other than yourself, you wouldn't be singing that song. Somebody in your family, one of your kids, one of your grandkids, you'd be singing a different song. So the fact that people are getting fired is perfect. I think that's wonderful. Some things you should keep to yourself. And wishing harm on somebody, you're no different than the other side of things. You're no different when you do that. You're no different. So I'm glad people are getting fired. One of my friends' friend made a nasty comment on Facebook, and I hope Facebook catches it. I hope Facebook catches it, and I hope that she gets fired too. That will be a lifelong lesson for you, that you don't need to spew your hatred regardless of what is in your head and what you believe is going on. Okay? Wow. This same person who's pointing fingers at the person who received that, she's been banging someone's husband for 4 fucking years. So it's not like you're freaking Mother Teresa. All right? And you try to justify it. Because let me tell you what married people do, what married men are notorious for saying to justify fucking you. They justify it by saying, my wife is fat, she's lazy, she doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, she doesn't take care of the kids, she doesn't give me any lovins, which you know is a lie, okay? Even if you get it once a week, you better be glad you got it once a week, because you're not exactly husband of the year, you better be glad you got it then. She's been doing the wrong thing for 4 years. And just because a man tells you that his wife is horrible and, just a sea creature who wants to eat people, that doesn't mean that you're justified in pulling your panties down. So you're not really in a position to talk about anybody. Okay? I don't care what you think and what you were brainwashed to think. Wow. Her job finds out she's fucked. Okay? So I warned him. I said, you might want to tell her to watch her mouth because people are getting fired because of the comments they're making online about that incident. So that's good. That's very, very good. That's good. So I'm going to talk to you briefly about empathy and feeling sorry for the wrong person. I've talked to you about this before, but I want to talk to you about it again because people are still doing it, and I really want somebody to get a clue and a wake-up call. So there's this person who was involved with a narcissist, and I've seen multiple people go through this. It's not the first time I've seen it, and it won't be the last time I've seen it. They say things like, myself and the narcissist broke up, but I feel so bad. You feel so bad for what? That person would not give a damn if you died right now. They would not go to your funeral. They would not send condolences to your family. They will not contact your parents and reach out to them and say, I'm so sorry for your immeasurable loss. They will not bat an eye. They will go chase more supply. Well, that person, I can never use them again, so I might as well find more people to use and manipulate and lie to and cheat on, because that's what they do. Why would you feel bad? You feel bad for being abused? I want you to logically take your emotions out of it. Pretend you're a third party looking at the situation. Does that make any logical sense to you? Somebody lied, cheated, in some cases had a baby with some damn body else while you were together. Talked to you any kind of way, manipulated your brain, played victim after they dogged you out, and you feel bad for them? Why? Because here's what's happening. When you feel bad, and I have to keep covering this because people don't get it. When you feel bad for the wrong person, all right, you are abandoning your own self. You are abandoning yourself. You are sending yourself to, what is it called? Exile Island or something on Survivor? I don't remember because, I didn't watch it very often. You're sending yourself to a deserted island surrounded by alligators. Why would you want to do that to yourself? Because if you love yourself, and I want you to think about this logically, take your emotions completely out of this scenario. If you truly loved yourself, you would get mad at how you're being treated. You would get rid of that person. You don't tell them you're getting rid of them, because some people go berserko and take your life as a result of you. Oh, you're going to leave me and you're going to take away my kids? I don't think you will. And some of them go berserk because they're losing control. They no longer can manipulate, cheat, lie, and everything else that is steal and everything else that they do. They can't do it if you decide, I'm done, I'm out, whatever the case is. And they can sense that you're pulling away. Okay? There is no point in you, you're sending yourself to a deserted island. You're going, I want to be eaten by alligators. That'll be cool. Yay. That's what you're doing to yourself when you are feeling bad for how this person treated you. And what you're doing is a form or the experience that you're going through is called trauma bonding. It's also known as Stockholm Syndrome. They're very similar, if not the same. You're protecting the person who does not care about you, who treated you like garbage. Why would you do that? Do you not love yourself enough to say, hey, no. We're done with this shit. We're done. You go lie, cheat, and steal to somebody else. I'm done. I wouldn't tell them. If they're prone to violence, I wouldn't tell them that you're breaking up with them if you live together. Be smart about your departure, or else you'll have a permanent departure. Some people do that. In fact, that's commonplace now. Like I said, you just ice people left and right. You get on my nerves, you're out. I will unalive you. It's insane. But this is a commonality, unfortunately. And I knew, this is slightly off topic, but I knew when parents, so-called parents, left their kid in the hot car and it was supposedly an accident and the kids died. I remember, oh God, I wish I was wrong. I would like to be wrong. I would have loved to be wrong on this, okay? But it's still happening, okay? I told my friend when that started happening, I totally forgot my kid was in the car. No, you did not. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Kids don't sit back there silent. They're singing their alphabets. They're asking you 150 questions. They make noise. They're playing with their toy. They're active. They're not sitting there like a zombie. You freaking knew that kid was in there. It's a a parental built-in thing. You know where your kid is at all times, and you can sense their presence if they're not near you immediately. It's just something it's built in. You knew your kid was in the car. But I remember when this started happening, I remember telling my friend, watch people do this routinely now. Watch. Watch. Watch parents forget their kid was in the car. That is starting to become a common thread. Okay? Disgusting on every level there is. And I'm here to tell you that birth control is a lot cheaper than a kid. So rather than eliminate the kid, why don't you just use some goddamn birth control? A guy was in, I can't remember what state, but he tried to drown his twins the other day. And a police officer noticed where his car was parked and started to investigate, seeing the kids trying to get away from him. And the father was like, get back here. He wanted to drown them. They're in the hospital and they're recovering very, very, very well. Psychologically, maybe not, because they had their birthday while they were still in the hospital, and you could tell they've been traumatized. Let's just put it that way. They weren't joyful because it was their birthday. Someone that they love tried to take them out of here. So that's a common thread nowadays. It's just common thread. That's what you do instead of using birth control. Birth control is cheaper than a kid. So stop acting like a kid ruined your life. You did not exercise control. And you didn't do the proper precautions. Therefore, a kid came about. You know that's not from drinking Kool-Aid. You know what causes that. Don't act stupid. Anyway. So, yeah. Stop feeling bad for people that don't have any love for you. Don't have any respect for you. And when you have sympathy and empathy for them, they're laughing at you. They're laughing at you. Because they know that it's not a two-way street. And it's just not a good look, abandoning yourself for someone else. You have to get it through your head that you are worthy of being treated with respect. You are worthy of not being cheated on. Unless you're a narcissist, then you deserve everything you get until you go to therapy. You deserve everything. I mean everything. That's the price you pay for not going. But if you're a good person, you deserve to be treated with respect. You deserve to be loved. You don't deserve to be abandoned by your partner. And you don't deserve to abandon yourself by weaponizing your own self with your own empathy. I feel bad for them. Our relationship ended, or I broke up with them and I feel really bad. I want you to ask yourself why you feel bad. And I want you to make a list. We've talked about this before. I want you to make a list of all the horrible things this person's done to you. And anytime you start feeling bad, read that list. Because that's a reminder that that person is a demon. They're not a good person. They're not a good person. Now, if someone was a good person, and y'all broke up because you know your lives just went in different directions, or you went away to college, you went away for the military, and that person just wasn't feeling you no more, or you grew apart, but they were never bad to you, that's a different scenario. But if you're dealing with a narcissist, they're always going to be bad to you. Once they stop being a phony, nice person, they're going to show their real colors, and the person that you fell in love with in the beginning doesn't exist. You fell in love with a cartoon character. You fell in love with a ghost. You fell in love with someone who is the biggest phony you've ever seen in your life. Because they're faking that they're a good person. So you fell for the good person, but the good person doesn't exist. Don't waste your empathy on a demon. Put your heart, your empathy, and your love towards yourself, because you were abused. So you have to heal. You have to be patient with yourself through the healing process, and don't do that. Don't feel bad for people that would never in a million years feel bad for you. Never in a million years would they feel bad for you. Never. because that's wasted energy on your part. And you need to rebuild your self-esteem and your self-love and stay single until you completely heal. If it takes a year, 2 years, 3 years, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's time for you to love yourself because you're putting your heart into the wrong entity. They're demonic monsters. Don't waste your energy. Don't abandon yourself. Don't feed yourself to the alligators. Don't attack that person. Attack me. Don't do that because that don't make no sense. Think about that. All right? Write down all the horrible things they did to you. Talk to your friends. They'll remind you, oh yeah, remember this time, when the person did that? Remember during the barbecue, they said this? Remember when they, whatever, blankety blank, whatever they did? They'll remind you the things that you went through in case you forget. Write those things down too. So you can keep your head clear and keep your head on straight. And don't go back to this person because you're starting that pattern. You're feeling bad for them, which tells me that you're going to flirt with the idea of getting back with them. Why? When you escaped prison, stay the hell out of it. Being incarcerated is not fun for anybody, I'm pretty sure. All right? Y'all take care. Much love.